Today, I'm taking peaceful Minecraft mobs in LEGO and upgrading them to their fullest potential. Let's get started. Iron golems are the main protectors of villagers and can spawn to help defend. He needs to get stronger. I'm starting with a 2x4 plate and adding studs to attach some shoulders. Next, I'll take these useful hinge elements that'll house the head and lower torso to connect the legs to. The arms are built using mixel ball joints and 1x3 white tiles. Now that I'm done with that, let's quickly move on for now because we need a place to display the builds. I'll build a section of plains terrain and then add some sand blocks to surround a flowing river built from 2x4 blue bricks and translucent blue tiles. Next, I'll place some sugarcane to decorate the riverbank. I'll add some light gray rocks, a couple trees, and plenty of plant life. In the corner, I'll build him a little house inspired by villages. I'll also place down some fences in front of the house to enclose the mobs we'll be upgrading later. Now that that's done, on to the next upgrade candidate. And the next mob we're upgrading is the pig, because according to my Discord server, pigs are the most innocent, which means we have to give him a lust for blood. First, I'll add his head to a base and give him some tile pecks to signify how beefy this bacon is. Let's give him huge pink fists too. I'll use hinge plates for the torso and a bar to attach some legs. It looks goofy right now, but I have a good reason. I'm going to give another pig a saddle with a clip element to connect my upgraded pig with so he can ride into battle. For a final touch, I'll give him a fishing pole with a carrot attached so he can lead his steed around. And now I'm done with our second mob. A hog rider riding a hog will certainly come in handy, so let's add him to the display. Next up is man's best friend, the wolf. First, I'll take a 2x8 plate to build his torso off of. On one end, I'll use a hinge element to attach his huge butt. Oh, we're building a spider, by the way. I should have said that. The other side will have hinge plates, and I'll add Lego's wolf head and a red collar. Next, I'll grab a bunch of these door handles and clip on segments of his legs. I'll connect it to the body and build another 3 legs. That finishes up the wolf spider, and you guys named him Lucas, with a really cool reason why. Except he still feels too exposed. I want Steve to be able to charge into battle with this guy, so I grabbed an armadillo and shears and built some armor upgrades for Lucas based on Minecraft's wolf armor. Now he's got knee pads on each leg, a pauldron to cover his butt, and I'll swap out the standard wolf head for this armored one that I got from the armadillo mindset. Now the third mob is done. This guy is such a cutie, but he's also extremely hungry, so he'll need a ton of bones to tame him. Way more than I have in my collection. For every subscriber I get from this video, I'll buy 1 bone to feed him, so be sure to subscribe. For now, this pile will have to do, and I'll add him to the display, which is coming along rather nicely. Next is one of the smallest mobs in Minecraft, the parrot. As cute as he is, his weak digestive system makes him keel over the moment a cookie is brought to the party. For his upgrade, I'm going to reimagine him as the Ender Dragon. First, I'll take Lego's parrot head element and recreate it so it's much bigger. Let's put some feathers on top and a bar element so we can connect it to the body. The body is a large red rectangle that's heavily inspired from Lego's dragon design. The feet are built by taking 2 bracket elements and building it out, giving it 2 talons and shaping it like the powerful back legs that you see in dragons. I'll attach both to the body and put together blue hinges that use shield tiles to cover up the exposed space for his tail. Finally, the wings. I'm taking 2 plate segments and tiling them off to recreate a Minecraft parrot's wings. I'll duplicate that and connect them to the body to complete this upgrade. I'm happy with how this one turned out. The design is so sick and the colors are so vibrant. It's easily my favorite upgrade so far, but we have plenty more to do, so let's move on. The fourth mob is the chicken, who I tackled in this video where I upgraded a bunch of hostile mobs. You should go check that one out when you're done here. In that video, I went with a raptor-inspired design that turned out sick, but I think we can do better today. First, I'll grab this modified bar plate and attach toe builds. Using a bracket, I'll build out the foot and use hinge plates to add the leg. The previous version fell over too often, but these should work much better. Let's grab a build of white bricks and brackets and start tiling it off. And let's attach some tail feathers to the back and some arms. It would be really funny if this mutant chicken just had humanoid fists to punch the crap out of things, and the head has plenty of exposed studs for me to add tiles and eyes. For a final touch, I'll give her gold-plated teeth to help her commit cannibalism. With that, I'm done upgrading another mob, and I'd consider this one an improvement from the first version. Let's add him to the display, which is starting to fill up, but we have plenty more to go. The next mob is the frog. Pretty freaking cute, but not at all intimidating. Let's fix that. First, I grabbed a 2x6 plate to build off of. I'll build his throat using tan ingot tiles, and using 1x2 plates, I'll recreate his beady eyes that stare into your soul. Every night before I go to bed, I look into his eyes and beg for forgiveness for my transgressions against humanity. I'm using these 1x1 hinge elements for his webbed toes and adding hinge plates to make it seem like he's ready to pounce. This design was inspired by Cuphead with its boxing frog boss. I built little red gloves for his hands and 1x1 bricks for some boxing gloves. I'll add more plates and tiles to keep the shape similar. This guy looks rideable, so let's add a saddle based on Lego's design for the camel. And then I'll snatch a random player from my collection and add this guy to our battlefield. I grabbed this set over the holidays, and as soon as I unboxed it, I've been obsessed with the Ravager's chopping mechanic. It's so satisfying, and honestly pure genius when you look at how it functions. Let's use the concept for one of our upgrades. This is the Moo Bloom, my favorite cow variant that isn't even in the game. That won't stop me from upgrading it though. I want to make a Ravager-sized Moo Bloom. First, I built a channel for the mouth to slide through, and 1x6 bricks to build up the body. I'll place the technique beam to activate the chomping, and on the other side, I'll add udders. Now I can tile off the top and build up the Moo Bloom's head, which ended up being the hardest part of today's build, and it's probably way more complicated than it needs to be, but it looks adorable and it's sturdy, so it's fine. Next, I added 4 yellow 2x8 legs with spots of white for an extra detail, and as a final touch, I'll add some flowers sprouting from the back. I adore how this one turned out. It was an idea I simply couldn't get out of my head, and the fact that it turned out so adorable is fantastic. And the chomp mechanic works just as well as Legos. I can put the two together and recreate Rock'em Sock'em robots. Let's add the Moo Ravager to the display and help in case a raid shows up. Speaking of raid, I feel bad for the helpless villagers, so let's upgrade one next. I'll pop off his weak arms and legs and attach a brick-built diamond chestplate. Using modified bricks and hinges, I'll add some arms, and turning it upside down, I'll attach some clip plates to equip him with some diamond boots. This already looks great, but it needs something else. I'll attach an elytra to the back and put a firework on one hand and a crossbow in the other. Now he's done and ready to defend Steve. I really like how jacked this one turned out. Considering how frail villagers typically are, this is quite the upgrade. I'll add him to the display and move on. The next mob is the sheep. As of right now, he doesn't do much, just baws and eats grass. There's plenty of room to make him stronger. First, let's pop his head off. He won't be needing any of this frail body, so let's trash it. Starting at the legs, I'll take 2 black tiles and use angled slopes and hinges to get the leg of a minotaur of sorts. I'll attach 2 builds of puffy white wool and connect both to his crotch. For his torso, I consulted all my artist friends, and we agreed that a jacked Minecraft sheep who's been recreated in Lego would have squared abs. I'll give him pecs too, and then attach some arms. Finally, the head. I decided that the funniest option was just placing Lego's head element on top of this hulking body. Which means I'm done upgrading another mob, and this one would certainly pack a punch. Kind of ironic, I feel like the sheep is one of the least dangerous passive looking mobs. I think we still have room for one last mob though. The bee is weak as hell, and has one pitiful attack and then it putters out and dies. Let's fix that. I'll equip him with stud shooters to give him 6 shots. I'll alternate between brown tiles and yellow tiles to finish up the abdomen, and the body is a 2x4 yellow cube with hinges to attach the legs built from 1x1 bricks. For the head, I'm taking a yellow brickheads element and adding tiles to recreate his eyes, and then some antennas built from hinges. For a final touch, I've got 2 wings built from a bunch of translucent 1x2 plates. It's very fragile, but looks sick. Now I'm done with the final mob of the video, giving Steve some extra aerial support. We upgraded so many of them today. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Bye!